supposed to be a race against the clock for Demon Slayers versus Liquid. It turned out Anti-Mage was definitely ahead of the race from the get-go, is what it felt like here in this first game of the series. Welcome back, of course, CORSAIR DreamLeague Season 12. We are in the group stages here. And yeah, we just had Liquid take the first game off of Demon Slayers. And kind of felt like we were wrong, Grant, first of all. You know, it had to happen at some point, but...
Eventually, yeah.
Eventually.
Yeah, after those, a lot of games.
Yeah, but what made Demon Slayers not able to just get their head in the game? That's what it felt like to me, anyway.
Just the laning phase. Like, after you if you lose all 3 lanes, no matter what, you're just gonna have a rough game. Like, if you win one game, that one player could go to the other lanes, help take over. But when you lose all 3, all of a sudden it's just like, well, we don't do any. We're playing from behind. Like, Old White, he had some really good, like, 2-3-man stuns in mid-game, but you're already an item down, right? So it just doesn't matter.
Because he didn't have a good laning stage, you know he's going to fall back to jungle, and this is where Alchemist wants to be. Like, there's not enough space for both of these heroes, which means you're going to be playing from behind, even though they did good in terms of net worth, since they had Alchemist. There was always a 2K lead for Liquid in this game.
Also, Liquid helped them out a little bit as well. After winning all 3 lanes very convincingly, they decided to clown a little bit, and they fed a little bit as well, which did help out Demon Slayers. They got back into the game. I was worried for Liquid at one point because they are up against an Alchemist, and if they fed a little bit earlier, I think the situation could have been a bit different, but they were just way too far ahead. And after, I believe, 3 or 4 consecutive feeds, they just...
You love the word feed, don't you?
I do. It's what I'm best at.
So, well, I'll continue your thought.
They just grouped up and won the next team fight, and that's it. Game.
Yeah, the Aegis helped too. Think if they didn't actually have that Aegis when Mickey died super out of position, and it's just a whole nother game. But obviously, what ifs, right? You know.
Yeah, but I am going to ask you about a what if, because what would they have need to change in the lane to have it go better? Like, was it the matchups? Were they just outplayed in the laning stage? Was their plan not good?
I mean, top lane definitely is just a worse lane for Demon Slayers. Like, they're just going to get run at pretty much the whole time. Middle lane, I think it's not a good lane, and I obviously think Koikba is quite a bit better player. It's just a little bit tough. Like, you pick this Viper, and you're like, oh, no one's really going to counter, and then all of a sudden this Koikba Razor's there, and you're like, well, yeah, that was an absolute ass beating.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. We have a replay that you guys chose as well. We take a look at, was this a replay? Was this the one that's 30 minutes into the game? Here we go. At this point, though, I feel like Liquid is already in such a good position.
They're basically just, I don't know what this was from Demon Slayers. They are just walking, like all of them, they're just walking uphill here without any smoke, without anything into the Tiny. There's a 3-man stun here. I thought this was going to go much worse for Demon Slayers from the get-go, but it didn't. It didn't look that way, at least at the beginning of the fight. But that's because Alchemist was dealing like no damage here. Zeus was falling to the Anti-Mage, and then Anti-Mage jumps back into the fight.
And this is the bad play by Alk. Alk chases the Crystal Mate, who force-steps downhill, and that is...
It wouldn't make a difference since they already used everything, and this is the second time that they go uphill at their shrine with no vision, even though they have at least Zeus to scout things out.
Yeah, and then the AM, as you said, he's coming back in here, and then he just kills all of them. Nice and easy.
That's a piece of art, Grant, right there on the screen.
And on top of that, you got a Tiny and a Mirana that can teleport in and to the shrine that is still there.
Yeah. Also, one big thing is that Tiny that bought back. He helps them out with the Alchemist kill in the end. Here, it's basically just, oh, we're going back through time. All right.
We can play it
and back again. All right. We're going to see that this Anti-Mage just deal with
everyone.
With everyone, pretty much.
And that was
first the Grimstroke, but then everyone else.
There's nothing that goes through BKB on Anti-Mage, so they really can't address him at all.
I believe Sand King is the only one here that manages to run away in the Sandstorm, but Alchemist falls in the end because Tiny bought back and he just greets him here together with the AM as he was trying to run to the left.
And Liquid understood what they need to do. They always go for Sand King because he's the one who's controlling the team fights for Demon Slayers. They take him out first and then they can do whatever they want.
Anti-Mage just destroys the supports, the rest of them destroy the Sand King, and their team fights are simple.
Yeah, I will say on the draft, like you got to pick more mobile or ganking supports, right? When you just have a Grim and a Zeus, like if you lose your lanes, you lose the game. Like you have no way. What's a Zeus going to do? Roam 3?
Yeah, I think
roam
you had a good
3?
point of them having 3 good first picks. I mean,
And
3
then, yeah.
picks were fine, and then they messed up the draft.
I think their 2 supports are good, but individually, perhaps not best together when they're paired, Grimstroke plus Zeus.
Well, on top of that, this is the second time we saw Grimstroke, and he's just, you know, if you're behind, you're kind of done for. You just die every fight. So that's just a sad, well, thing that have happened if there's no saving supports. I wonder who you guys chose for your MVP of this first game. Previous 2 games that we've had, not been very nice.
It gotta be Boxy again.
I think it's going to be Mickey. I think they're going to give him the actual MVP.
Yeah? All right, let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. It is Boxy.
Yeah.
For
Oh,
real
wow.
this time. It's tiny.
I know how Twitch chat works.
Hey.
12 minutes in, he had 1,500 gold saved up with Power Tread's wand and a dagger.
That's
I mean,
crazy.
that Tiny was out of control. And also before this match, before this series, we were talking about Boxy and how he didn't really perform up to his standards in that first game versus NIP. In this game already, he's just...
Yeah,
I
one
like
thing-
to think that he heard us. And
Well, very
we made it.
possible. He's
I'll
right
hit him with
there.
a wave, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Hello, Boxy. One thing I like about him, and always did, because he's thinking out of the box with his itemization, and he goes for Hood right after Blink, which keeps him alive, and then they get multiple kills because of it.
Yeah. He's a smart guy.
He is a
Boxy
smart
out
guy.
of the box.
Yeah, that was a
I
good
like
one.
it.
You know what I
I
would
shook
say.
my head, yeah. I shook my head a little bit.
All right, guys. It is time for game number 2.
Is it?
Yes, we are in the draft. Let's see what we got. We got some bans already. Shadow Demon, Abaddon, Void, and Gyro, both banned previous game as well.
Yeah. Abaddon and Shadow Demon definitely proven heroes to be very difficult to deal with. Shadow Demon in that first series as well versus Liquid. PPD just played it so well. Also support, like we talked about this Grimstroke. Grimstroke, if he falls behind, he just doesn't come back. He's just food. Shadow Demon is never in such a situation. No matter how hard it gets, you just have to hide in the woods, use that disruption, save someone, or yourself if a core goes on you. And like even versus Anti-Mage, if he goes on you, you can turn it against him. You can use that disruption versus him. Those illusions can be really pesky to deal with. So that hero is again an option for Liquid. Also, I have to say that AM versus Sand King, I believe that's a decent lane for AM. That mana burn versus the Sand King worked really well for them.
And then I love how they did it. The support bought Dust, gave it to AM so he could just solo the lane if he plays too aggressive.
On the other hand, we have this Gyro ban, not really my favorite ban, but Void definitely deserves to be in the first stage ban.
I want to see Demon Slayers picking some more aggressive supports. You can have one saving support and one that can make some kind of a rotation. They're relying too much on Old White to make space from position 3, and if he's not having a good game, no one is having a game.
Rubik ban. That's very interesting. I mean, I know Insania loves that hero. Taiga plays it a lot as well, but choosing Rubik over something like a Kotal is quite peculiar.
I think they might pick Flea's Rosca, but I could be wrong.
Oh, that's an Invis Jug.
Yep.
Oh, we have a Invis Jug
And a Magnus.
And an Invis Magnus.
Oh, that's a Magnus. Like, we didn't even talk about it in the first series. That hero's pretty popular. It didn't get banned at all
has
either.
been picked quite a lot recently.
Well, I see
Obviously
Demon
not
Slayers
here.
using some hacks, try to win a game with Invis heroes.
I mean, people see it on the stream at least, so that's
Oh.
But yeah, for context, we don't see him on in the game. For once, it's Dota 2. That is the buggy one.
It is the Jug and the Mag.
Yeah.
Obviously, you get that Empower to farm with. Gives you a built-in Battle Fury pretty much, which is really good with the Jug as he is able to scale much better. But then again, it's versus a Boxy Axe.
Yes.
And he just loves to play versus Jug.
And you have 2 good abilities to counter around the RP where they're going to group up, of course. You have Keeper of the Light ulti and you have Access Call. So.
One good thing for Demon Slayers, though, is the fact that Jug has that built-in BKB, which comes in handy versus Will-O-Wisp. You have that way of dealing with the ultimate of Kotal, and obviously a lot of attack speed on Jug. So.
Do you think they banned the Rubik just so they wouldn't have Empower on their team? It feels like that's like why they last banned the Rubik for that like one specific point.
I guess it's also really good versus RP as well, right?
Yeah.
Like you can steal that.
You should be able to get that, yeah. Just Mag? I like what Demon Slayer's doing because it gives you a win condition, right? Like it's your first 2 picks, but you already know how you're going to win. You're going to empower a Juggernaut, and Costabile is going to farm up a Storm. Now you just have to make that work with your other heroes.
Yeah, it's like straightforward, simple Dota.
It is, and that's why I know Flea loves playing that Rasta. I hope they bring it out here. It gives you someone who can push towers as well as a ton of disable. Just give Flea someone who can stun, honestly. Zeus is fun, but...
I would love to see some save on the support versus Axe. Some sort of a save would be really good.
I think if Oracle doesn't get banned, they'll probably take him.
On the side of Demon Slayers,
Yeah.
they need some low cooldown stuns.
they
They
need-
can't just, if that's going to be Mag 4, having Mag and Oracle doesn't sound good.
It's been played on some core positions in the CIS and EU as well, Magnus. But yeah, can be played as support too.
I'm surprised, by the way, to see a Grimstroke still banned out. Did we talk about that yet?
We did not.
Okay, because Liquid banned it out, and so far it has not been the biggest threat.
Yeah, I think they kind of, during that comeback in the mid game, they kind of saw they were getting double chain lightning,
Yeah.
double bolted, and the double Alk stun canceled Crystal Bane's ult 3 times, which is pretty funny.
There was definitely a lot of potential.
Yeah, there
With
was.
the Viper as well. Sadly for them, they were just way too far behind.
Exactly.
But in this
taking
game, they
effect.
have no single target abilities.
I like the Bane, just because it's one of these heroes that can deal with the Axe in the laning stage, and you can't creep skip versus it. Much like with the Shadow Demon. Disruption works very similarly to the Nightmare. You just Nightmare the Axe and he can't creep skip any longer.
Yeah, we got a lot of supports banned on the side of Liquid and a lot of cores banned on the side of Demon Slayers. It's fun to see.
Is Slark that good versus Juggernaut, or why'd they ban him? I didn't think it was that good of a matchup.
It's decent
They
versus
just
Mag as
scared.
well.
Yeah.
I guess they're afraid of these elusive heroes because they are not drafting any control. We've seen it
True.
throughout the major and minor qualifiers.
Yeah.
And obviously it's good versus Omni/2. You can never use it comfortably versus the Slark.
True.
But Jug and Mag can definitely deal with almost any core if they're given enough time and space. Amber ban, again, just not enough catch, like Lacoste just said.
Team Liquid's
What?
turn to pick Mirana.
Okay.
All right, Mirana.
A little bit of control.
A little bit.
A little bit. If you hit the arrow,
that
yeah. You control them for 0.1 second while they're dodging the arrow, yeah.
Grant, I know you're a guy who would triple leap just to hit 1 centimeter arrow.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, why not?
Value.
Is that considered control?
Yes. As long as you get the kill, then they're controlled for good.
Can't run away when you're dead.
Exactly. Unless you buy back.
Sure. We'll go with that.
Thanks.
All right, so what are we thinking we need? Because we have a lot of team fight on the side of Demon Slayers already. I guess also on the side of Liquid with the Kotal actually working out a lot, and you can make sure that they can't hit the Ignis Fatas with the axe.
I wouldn't mind seeing something like a Dark Willow here.
Yeah.
Great synergy with Keeper of the Light, great laning stage with the axe, and we know that they love to play it. They go Shadow Shaman. Grant,
Wrong team, but yeah, I
you
thought they were going to
getting
go like
that race, huh?
Earthshaker. Yeah.
Wrong team, but the hero is definitely strong. A lot of damage in that laning stage as well. Obviously, the pushing power of Shadow Shaman is there.
Just having a hero who, like, if you don't see him on map, all of a sudden he just appears and...
Takes a
your-
tower.
Yeah, your tier 1's dead, your core's dead because he has an Aether Lens from the jungle with his Stretch Armstrong. Just a scary hero to play against. And I think Liquid, after that first game, they know they're, like, they just want to dominate the lanes. They dominate the lanes, they're not going to lose the game kind of thing. And, well, Shadow Shaman has 80, how much base damage?
Around 80.
A lot.
Is it 74?
76, 74, yeah.
Some, yeah.
Something
should be
like that.
something like
ridiculous.
that.
Yeah.
I think the only one who has higher base damage is Trian.
Trent, yeah,
Yeah.
90. So there is a lot of lockdown now. With Axe, Shadow Shaman, even just Keeper, like, if you're fighting a team fight against them in this, like, circle, you just can't. The Axe will be there, the Keeper will be there. There's
So much
not much
control.
you can do.
It's the same concept when you have Shadow Shaman, Tombstone, and Pugna's Ward. Like, combined just two of those, same thing.
just
Applies to
can't
Blow
fight.
Wisp and Rasta Ward. You just can't fight into that.
looking at this number of hours played. Axe, pretty popular.
Yeah, on Axe, I guess this is. Jonas and Fan being the #1 Axe player, Universe.
Right there.
We have a lot of those Axe players in our tournament,
We
actually.
do, like 4 of the 5, yeah.
Like, Jonas and Fan is the only one not
It
here.
is, yeah. They take Bat Rider. There's some control. And it's reasonably low cooldown. Like, I think Lacoste was looking for lower cooldown like a Sand King, but
Yeah.
Bat Rider.
A couple of heroes come to my mind when I see Batrider. That's Phantom Lancer, Life Stealer, and Weaver. So, and one is banned out.
Yeah.
They actually have Jug. Never mind. So.
think
I would love to see some Weaver because they really don't have lockdown.
They don't have any real control, right? Any real lockdown. All of their spells are either ultimates, like you have this RP, or the lasso. Like you can't rely only on Mirana's stun, just like you said. So.
And I think it's a 5 Bat Rider.
Yeah, their lineup does look very awkward
odd.
right now. Like Mirana plus Bat, position 4 and 5, I wouldn't draft that
Yeah, it's
to my enemy.
not even your enemy.
Yeah.
What about you? Wouldn't draft that to your worst enemy. If you were, it was like you had to save your family's life by beating the enemy team. Then would you draft it for him?
I'd think about it.
Okay.
I'd still be like, this is too much.
I can't. Sorry, family. Sorry.
Oh, it's a different kind of spider.
There we go.
Boy.
Close enough.
Well, I mean, the Brood is going to be really good in lane, but going at like, I feel like Liquid kind of just put themselves on a timer with this Brood when you're against a Jug Mag. Because he'll have a great laning phase, but if somehow this Jug does get a quick Maelstrom with that built-in battlefield from the Mag, it's not
Grant,
that
you
great.
do realize they still have one more hero to pick.
They
Yeah,
do.
they can just counter it, right? Because right now, Batrider and Mirana and Magnus, they're all potential position 4 players.
Yeah.
They can put Magnus on mid lane against the Brood Mother.
They could do that.
Like he's fine. Or they can pick something like a Tiny. Tiny deals well with Brood Mother.
Sadly, Kunkka has been banned out, so they can't pick that. But overall, this Brood Mother should bring a lot of attention to that mid lane, which means the Foxy should have a good
Great
laning
minds
stage
think
again.
alike. Look at it. Or they can hear me. I don't know what.
They're afraid
what
of
it
the
is.
bugs.
This Brood, man, it feels like, you know, the double stout nerf to nerf offlaners, like just buffed Brood so much. Because we saw LGD played Morphling with double stout against a Brood and it did pretty good. By taking that away, like Brood just got so much stronger.
Yeah, and you can't really counter her in the lane that much anymore.
can't.
She
It
just
doesn't do it
farms
at
the
all.
jungle, and that's pretty much it. I'm just wondering what the item build is going to be. Is she going to go for like the Fusel Midas BKB with the Medallion, or for that earlier Aghanims? Because usually when I see that early Aghanims, it slows her down. By the time she has Aghanims Solar and builds around the spiders, like it slows her down quite a lot.
It's Brood definitely got one of those ags like you think you want to have, but you don't really need it that bad early game. But it's so fun.
But
How
by
many
that
webs do
time-
you get? 16, 18? More?
Whoa.
On Brood, the ags?
Max Webs
Yeah.
should be around that.
Now, yeah, it's just
I stopped counting after 10.
But by that time, you know, if you're able to buy an eggs, you already should be either winning or you're losing and you don't want an eggs.
Yeah,
Right?
pretty
It's
much,
one of those two.
But it does allow you to rotate across the map much as, oh, PA. There we go, that's a good hero to have against that Jug with Empower.
That's a real fast-paced lineup, too. This game, if they win all 3 lanes again, this could be a sub-20-minute game.
Yeah,
So.
this is the hero that can blink away from Batrider, and also with her blur, he's not afraid of Juggernaut at all, like with Jug's Omni Slash.
10 seconds.
Would you say this is a cocky draft?
Not at all.
I think,
5 seconds.
like, if they reverse a lot of lockdown, maybe, but okay, they had an Earthshaker. I just think they just have these kind of random heroes on Demon Slayers, like, who is going to play what now? I guess we're going to find out. It is a 5 mag, 4 Mirana. Okay.
Yeah, 3 bat.
It's a mid Earthshaker.
Mid Earthshaker.
Versus the Brood does make sense.
Oh, I almost kind of wish Ched was here. I watched when they were playing open qualifiers with him middle. His Earthshaker destroyed Bryle. I forget what the matchup was, but you're destroying a tier 1 middle with Earthshaker. Now, I know I can play it, but how do you play that lane, Earthshaker, Brood? You just enchant Totem and
Yeah,
you're
just
passive and just hit him?
passive, that's it. Yeah. But the problem is, she will eventually just go into the jungle.
And farm.
Yeah, and then the question is like, do you go for an Aghanims or a Blink Dagger, and how much will you be able to do with that after the laning stage? Because that Brood will be pressuring you hard.
Okay, talk to me. Is it going to be
All right,
a
Dren,
fast win
back
for
up
Liquid?
NA.
I will back up NA. The organization of Team Liquid, they're looking pretty good. I think this
Their
could
organization is actually Dutch.
But their first team in Dota was NA, so you know,
That's true.
I think Team Liquid, if they win all 3 lanes, I think this will be about an 18, 19-minute game, which I foresee.
Yep, I have to go with him. I'll go with NA team. There you go. I believe.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, it's just the Brood Mother and the fact that this lineup of Demon Slayers just looks all over the place for me. The Magnus and the Jug, they have obvious synergy, but the rest of their team, I believe they lacked lockdown, which they kind of fixed with Earthshaker, but I don't feel it still.
No.
I expected something with lower cooldown stun. Good ban from Team Liquid, banning out the Tiny, but overall it could be a really quick game. If this Brood Mother just dominates the laning stage, which she will, I think this is a 25 to 27-minute game.
Okay, well, I'll go for Liquid as well, but I do want to hear from you guys, because obviously on one side we're going to look at that Brood Mother and see if she can indeed take over the game. What do we look at for Demon Slayers to be able to have a good game here? What is their like key component?
I think it's just annihilate on that mid shaker. Like he's gonna be real feast or famine. He either wins middle, gets that Ags as you talked, and just flies around the map. Like he'll own a PA as well. Like he'll just straight up run around, but he has to have a good lane. So I think it's the Earth Shaker.
All right, mid shaker. Can he deliver against that Brood Mother? We're gonna find out here in game 2 of the series. Let's head over to OD Pixel and Fogged.
Thank you very much, GBA. Looking forward to this one, Fogged. It's a Brood Mother game, but I do like the way that they respond in the end. A lot of the sort of counters were banned out by Liquid, but they were able to get the Shaker through. You know, that's got to be a little bit of hope, right? In a game where, you know, that Brood pick can look pretty daunting.
Yeah, that is for sure, and I mean, they like the hero. That's the one thing. They like their Earthshaker, but yeah, it's still a Brood. You know, like Lizard was talking about, Brood just goes to the jungle, and you don't really care that you're versus a Shaker. You're just going to out-farm. But it does look like they're doing some little tricky plays here coming out here. It does look like the Brood's starting to go toward top at the moment, so maybe they do want to just try to dodge something out here. And I said, yeah, look at Mickey's items.
Maybe going for the mid lanes. Okay.
All right. So maybe wanting to...
well, obviously, just respecting the mid shaker that much. You know, Quofa saying, you know, he's a very seasoned Brood player, and he himself not wanting to be in that matchup.
Yeah, I'm wondering if maybe it's for like 2 different reasons now. I'm trying to think what the secondary would be, because
I think, you know, the other plus is it is always nice, I think, if you can get away with it, to have that PA starting in a solo lane. You know, getting level 6 quickly on this hero, you know, you can be incredibly disruptive on that. But they're going to switch it up as it
All right, I'm sitting there trying to think, like, are they trying to dodge some other matchup or something? I think maybe just...
Did they think that the Shaker would be moved? So yeah. I mean, as it were, the lanes do end up as initially expected. Quofa will still return to the mid lane and play the matchup against the Shaker.
Maybe just they were trying to get the information of who was playing what role. That's the one thing that I was looking at Demon Slayers. I was a little bit confused on their draft all over the place, because like who's their 5 position and who's their 4 position and then who's their actually mid. You can probably expect it was the Shaker, but maybe they just weren't 100% certain. Not too sure.
Well, let's see. Maybe sort of, do you think maybe a bit of it was trying to get the PA away from the bat lane?
That's what I was trying to think too. Like maybe they were trying to do like a double dodge or something. Yeah, I'm not too sure.
Well, either way, obviously Liquid have got the situation that they wanted, as it seems, with them seeing the lanes and then making those TPs. And as it were, Demon Slayers will keep the lanes as Liquid have brought them to them.
Foxy now going to start to cut the wave, and they are looking to try to contest it, though. He does have to watch out for some random arrows, but he's going to pull it into a better position for himself.
A bit of a skewer back onto Tiger, but nothing else. Just Zhuan trading hits with him.
Yep.
So to be a little careful. Obviously, Shaman being Shaman offers quite a hefty punch at level 1.
Yep.
Very good right click. We'll get punished, though. Costabile is going to go for it with the Blade Fury. The right click for Tiger. I'll bring Costabile low. As Costabile does to hide in the trees. He's got a salve. Tiger the same to be said for him, so they'll both heal up.
I love that. When I see these Shamans, like, you know, you're spinning, you're doing a lot of damage, but you can never forget how much Shaman hits too. And also, this is kind of cool too. I think maybe they wanted to have the PA versus the Jug now too, since they identified Jug was top. Now the PA can actually deal damage to the Jug when he's spinning. He can dagger him, he can slow him down, stuff like that. So we're starting to see a couple reasons why they swatched the lanes up.
Old White playing with fire quite literally as he's trying to go onto Boxy. He's keeping those napalm stacks up, but very low himself. Will salve up and keep the distance. Bottom top lane, Juan. Quick skewer to get him away from the reach of Tiger, who's on the prowl. Mickey with the lane, comfortably underneath his tower. Should have no trouble hitting the creeps away there in safety. Juan does still need to be careful. We're running around with an absolutely empty inventory at the moment on the Magnus.
I mean, one more hit and he was dead. Hitting an Ether Shock and he would have definitely been brought down there. As Costabile, he's going to be slowed down quite a bit here because he's put up top. So this is the choice the Demon Slayers did make as well. They put the Bat Rider in the safe lane to have him versus the Axe, and then they're putting the Jug top. Which, yeah, it's going to slow him down. It's going to slow down Costabile.
And there we have that kill. Tiger was able to find Juan eventually.
That was a suicide, yeah. It's the
I
timer.
was going to say that. I was like, hang on, it wasn't near him, but he got the kill.
Extended timer.
It's pretty long now. Was it like 30 seconds?
I think it's about 30 now or something like that.
30 seconds, yeah.
All right, well, that's even more gold for Tiger. Was probably just like, wow, I'm rich. What just happened?
I was like, what just happened?
I just got boots.
Yeah. Extra bit of money for him.
Yeah.
We're seeing in the mid lane. As expected, you know, Annihilate. Well, I'd say he's doing slightly better than expected, right? You know he's going to get farm in this lane, but you know, getting more farm than the Spider. You know, he's playing the matchup well, showing us the power of the Shaker in the mid lane against the Spider. Obviously, as we said, you know, Quofa, he's still getting farm, and he's still going to be able to continue at a pretty standard pace as the Spider with the help of the jungle camps. But we're definitely going to see the Shaker have the opening to have the good impact that he needs to. In a game against the Broodmother.
Yeah, he's got great level. He's already level 5 and a quarter. Koikfa's still level 4. I haven't seen Koikfa really going to the jungle too much. And how much was the jungle nerfed recently? It was just like
it's been nerfed a few times.
Nerfed a few times though.
Sort of patch after patch. There have been slight tweaks.
The recent was a 5% additional nerf, I believe. So
I think it's been a couple of times now.
Yeah. So maybe those could start to add up.
It certainly is going to make a bit of a change to the numbers you could have expected to see in the past from a Broodmother in a free game.
Yeah, maybe. He's now starting to hit that jungle, so we'll see if it is actually the case, as he's getting that level 5 and he clears them incredibly fast. But yeah, Annihilate doing a good job in that mid lane.
I'll see what sort of ability goes for. I mean, as the mid shaker, nowadays, are you going the Ags? Yeah, you just get the Ags first.
Yeah, treads Ags most of the time.
We're seeing the other lanes in fleet. Trying to get what he can up here, but especially with the two supports around, a risky area of the map for him to be as Mickey does continue to farm. See around the rune spot. Old White tries to come in. Costabile he's actually turned up with the Blade Fury. He's going to make a go on to Boxy. 3 stacks, 4 stacks now off the Napalm. Good knockback as well with the Flame Break. Old White with that Napalm onto Boxy. He'll have the damage to bring him down. Boxy will fall. Dying there for his efforts to contest the bounty rune.
I like the move they made, Demon Slayers. They're like, all right, Jug's just not getting enough top. We need to get him out of there. Costabile needs to go bottom. And they make it on the bounty rune rotation. Get themselves that kill like you mentioned. So I like that rotation coming in. Old White's now going to have to get forced out of this lane, though. He's going to have to find a different place to be for Costabile to farm down bot. Yeah, but definitely a nice natural move. Yeah.
TPing up towards the top lane.
Yeah, I think this is the most natural move. And he spots a stack as well, so he's probably like, oh, I can take out this.
We can have a bit of a go on to Insania. Only level 2. A relatively squishy Keeper of the Light. As in they go with the dive forward. With that Firefly jump forward, they'll take down Insania. So if they can get anything more, Mickey does throw a dagger out on towards the bat, but he's out into the trees and will be able to get himself away. Mid lane, Annihilate getting some pressure onto the tier 1 mid. Shoving the wave in, making sure the Quofa doesn't get too much free space to head away from the mid lane.
Yep.
Wants to stick around to sap up the creeps that do get shoved in.
We're starting to see the levels, at least, catch up. The Spider is starting to be able to just farm, as we see there on that little picture-in-picture. The Spiderlings are taking care of those camps. So Koikfa is level 7 now, but Annihilate's still the same net worth.
See bottom. Openings there for Tiger to set up with the grab into the call. A couple of spins will do it.
Doesn't even need to get the dunk off as he gets like 4 spins. And that's Costabile. They moved him bottom to try to secure himself the farm, but now he's still in a lane where he's now versus an Axe who's pretty farmed. So this Jug is going to have some trouble finding a place to catch up, and this is the place. Magnus has level 1 in power, but they've got a lot of stacks. So try to give Costabile something.
For 7 minutes in, not bad at all.
Only that level 1 in power, though, so it's not that great, as you see.
It's going to be slow, but it's going to be pretty safe.
It's going to
be He's got a healing ward in 10 seconds as well.
Yeah.
Does get brought down a little too low by the neutrals. I said that though, we are going to see the Keeper of the Light actually come in and have a bit of a look towards what's going on here.
You have to know this is happening. Like, you look at the map and there's just no Jug showing on the map. He's level 4. You have to know, you're like, okay, Magnus is empowering him. They're hitting jungle stacks. And what better of a team to know that than a team like Liquid, right? I think Insania was probably one of the ones that stacked the most camps at TI out of any player. He was always all about the stacks for his team, so. Yeah.
He's going to see if he can snipe some of the creeps. He gets a couple.
Gets a couple. He gets a lot of damage on the Costa Bile as well.
Yeah, he's certainly making the most, and the D-Ward.
Gets the healing ward.
Well, he would, yeah. That's an extra bit of money for him. He's going to try for another snipe. Gets a couple more in there.
Yeah, that's big.
So sure, it was a great amount for the Jug to eat up. Insania will take a bit away from it, as they'll now start to walk back on the Keeper of the Light. Insania.
He'll play with his life, but...
And maybe he can deny to neutrals. He's trying to time it, but now Old White goes in. Now he's going to grab the neutrals in. It's not going to happen. Old White's able to get the kill before he falls to the neutrals, and on top of that, the Firefly's going to get a double use there, so Old White can clean up that stack as well.
Yeah, they're pinging it immediately, though. Mickey starts moving. I saw Insania start pinging it right away when he starts dying. He's like, wait, don't let them take my newts.
And they do have to respect Mickey a little bit now, having the double Wraith Bands, level 7. Yes, PA does hurt.
Yeah. And those, I believe, were stacks by the Coddle as well. So an important thing to do is defend your own stacks, because you get the extra gold benefit. If the enemy team takes your stacks, you obviously do not get that one. So when you are playing these support heroes, you're very adamant about making sure your cores take your stacks, so you get that little bit of bonus.
See, I know, like, walking around here, maybe see if he can get lucky and burst down these spiders. And with that Fissure, he's gonna get a good amount of them there.
Yep.
That's a tasty bit of gold for Annihilate.
Decent chunk of XP as well, pushing him forward.
Bottom tower is under attack.
I'll see bottom lane, Boxy. He's done a good job of taking this tower. He's not going to push his luck, though. Knows that the heroes are coming in. Won't stick around and try for the tower hit. Does mean that Demon Slayers get the space to deny. Or do that tight.
He almost...
He's nearly able to walk in and snipe that.
Denied.
But again, playing safe, Liquid. Not wanting to throw away any bodies on that bottom lane.
That's one of those Taigas close to his arcane boots. He's probably like, I could go for this and lose a lot of gold. Or...
That would have been a risk.
He did the safe play.
Still, though, McKay's farm continues to roll in on the top lane.
Yeah, full free farm in comparison to the Jug. Like we said, Costa Bile just really shut down because of the way the lanes were set up. Now level 6, so he does at least have that set up for himself, but yeah. So what? Quite a ways behind.
Just to move down bottom. Will be at the same time that they're hitting the Moonlight Shadow Demon Slayers. Tiger, he's been found. Annihilate in on top of them with that Invis. As Tiger, he's still got a little bit of HP to work with. Does turn with the X. Doesn't see Annihilate. Annihilate comes in with a slap. That Enchant Totem takes down Tiger. He'll head back, grab the Bounty Rune. The rest of Liquid unable to contest it. At least up that lane. Up top, Costa Bile tried for the kill with the Omni Slash. Going to chase down Boxy as well with that Blade Fury, but Boxy's got the movement speed, those phase boots, and Windlace to help get him out of there. Bottom, that's the action. Flea and Old White will pick off Insania as he comes a little too far forward as the Keeper of the Light. Getting kills, 5 for 2, Demon Slayers. It's less than a 1k difference between the two teams. They've had a pretty solid opening here, especially compared to what we saw from Game 1.
Yeah, they've got an active mid laner right now. I know that only the one kill, of course, but he's still like positioning himself actively while Quake was just farming.
Exactly, and he's going to be hitting this great timing. The Aghanims is half done. He's top net worth as the Shaker. Everything is falling into place to allow Demon Slayers to continue to being able to make these plays. And one thing they do have to be careful of is the Jug. Whoa!
He actually gets the spin.
He does. It's enough damage to nuke him off the map. And that's sort of the biggest worry at the moment, really, for Demon Slayers. Their Jug is just not having a game at all. He's going to need a whole world of space being created for him by the Shaker. Annihilate. He's been gone upon. He's going to pop the Echo onto nothing as they'll take him out. So not only dead, but also without his ultimate for a good amount of time.
And they can transition this into a push easily. They've got the Serpent Wards from the Shadow Shaman if he wants to commit them. They probably don't need to with all these spiders that they've got at the moment. They can probably save them for a further objective, either Roche or the top tower, or a fight, if it does come.
That's a painful loss there for Demon Slayers in the mid.
Yeah.
Old White is going to try and come in, but
they're all there.
This is not a place he wants to head towards. They're bringing in heroes, but still without the Shaker for 10 seconds. There's no way that they should be looking for this fight, Demon Slayers. Let the tower go. Did not need to lose that bat there. But Old White felt overly confident and underestimated how many of Liquid were actually still around for the push.
You got to be very careful of this Broodmother right now. If Earthshaker's not available near you, or if you don't have multiple heroes, you're going to get run down. Batrider, Mirana, like any of these heroes are going to get run down very easily by this Diffusal Blade. As Annihilate.
He's poking.
They're looking at him.
He's a little scary. Liquid will respect the fact that there was the high ground. They don't want to fight up into it.
Who stacked these camps too? Who's getting the bonus there? Was it the Coddle? I think I saw Taiga get a little bit of bonus for it. So they're stacking their Ancients as well there for their Axe. So Boxy, now since Koikva's starting to be a little bit more active, Boxy can resort himself to jungle, get that Blink Dagger so that he can be more active afterwards. So they're doing a really good job of distributing their wealth on the side of Liquid. While Demon Slayers, they've got their wealth decent on Annihilate, but then
There we go. They got the Fisher set up into the lasso. Do they have the burst damage though for Koikva? Doesn't look like it. He's able to run away. Insania comes in. Flamebreak will hit on a Koikva, but now Koikva is even thinking about trying to turns with the Diffusal slow onto Annihilate. Follow-up lockdowns there from Tiger. Shackles are out. Annihilate held in position. Can he get a spell off? He'll get an Enchant Totem out, but the chase will be there with a dagger. Fisher comes in, but the Spawn Spiralings nuke him down. They've lost the Shaker, and now Old White will be chased as well. Another slow from the dagger and Mickey. He'll knock them back with the Flamebreak. Old White, but with the 3 heroes on top of him, there's no help for the Batrider. Double kill for Koikva. Demon Slayers trying to push their luck a little too much in that middle lane. Ends up being a bit of a bait there. They were coming in with a Moonlight Shadow. Koikva seemingly allowing himself to be lassoed as he allows them to walk in, and it does indeed all go to plan for Liquid. They baited them in, they get the 2 kills, they lose nothing.
without the Echo, they have no damage, and now the Blink Dagger reveal. Boxy immediately jumps in. Quick, easy kill. Oof.
4K lead now for Liquid. And this very early stage, 13 minutes in. Still waiting on what that Aghanim's timing is that you need to be seeing on Annihilate Shaker. Otherwise, he's just not going to find the opportunity to make any sort of big plays. Even then, the Fisher setup is not enough. He has to get in and land a big Echo.
Yeah, I feel like they actually don't have damage if he doesn't have Echo, like on anybody else. And that's very concerning when the cooldown is over 2 minutes. That is definitely very problematic for that Earthshaker to try to set up for kills. Once it gets 12, it goes down to like, what, 110? So it's less than 2 minutes, but that's still a very long time when that's the majority of your damage coming out until way later
This
on.
is a good opportunity. Koikva is isolated, but the timing isn't quite there. Arrow doesn't hit in time.
The arrow from last patch, the
It was going to say that
projectile.
speed, that did sort of screw them there. Demon Slayers is now Annihilate caught underneath the light of Insania. He's Costabile and Old White are trying to help him out here, but he's been locked down. RP doesn't come into play, and in fact, they can able to turn as they're able to walk him down. Tiger's out as well. They'll get another Hex out, but Annihilate, he's chasing. Tiger tries to turn. The dagger from Mickey does kill him off, but they've lost 3 on Liquid. Mickey jumps away. They're definitely going to try and chase this. Arrow will be dodged by Mickey as he steps to the side. Mana's refueled, and he's able to blink away over towards Insania. They'll focus towards the tower. Another dagger from Mickey thrown out to hold them at bay. But they grouped up a little bit too much there. The timing was there for the ult to come out from both the Magnus and the Shaker. And Liquid, they sort of handed that fight to Demon Slayers on a silver platter.
Yeah, they stood together and got hit literally by both. Like you said, I think now is where you're like, okay, as Team Liquid, you're like, go time. No Echo Slam, no RP. You try to make moves and play aggressive on the map as much as possible here. But definitely
I mean, you could see, the temptation's always there because Annihilate, he was very low. He looked to be dead. And that's always sort of that, you're sort of playing with a ticking bomb there. You're like, well, can we kill the Shaker quick enough before he gets the chance to pop R? And they didn't do it. They didn't get him quite in time, and Juan was there with the backup.
Yep. Good amount of space. Costabile will be able to get decent amount of farm built up. As whenever he has any of this time, he's able to farm much faster than anybody else because of that Empower.
Yeah. He can catch up. He can.
Yeah.
If the space is there.
And he's past Mickey net worth now because of that, so. He definitely has other concerns because he is going to be an empowered Juggernaut versus an Axe who will inevitably get a Blade Mail, so he does have to be careful about killing himself on that a lot of the times, but.
You're going to see, of course, the
he's not queuing up a Blade Mail. He's actually just queuing up Lotus instead. Bit curious to see that instead of a Blade Mail versus an empowered Jug.
This Lotus was pretty much solely against the Lasso, right?
I mean, just to reflect it.
But like, why else would the Lotus take such priority as an Axe?
That one I'm not too sure, actually.
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
He gets rid of the stickies, which are obnoxious, but...
True, I guess. There's the...
Jump forward.
Do get the connection. Ball of lights out from Insania. And again, Tiger just offering so much disable. Costabile will still get the chance to play Fury away, but it doesn't matter. Another dunk down from Boxy. Secures the second kill for himself. As Liquid themselves, showing it's very hard to fight them anytime they have the Will-O-Wisp available. And this, it's still scary considering the fact, they're 3K ahead. A lot of that net worth has been sort of a dead weight, it's unspent really on the PA. You're going to see this huge spike now. When Mickey gets the actual full Desolator delivered, that's a terrifying power peak very early on for the PA. You know, this is sort of the point where PAs, you're going to start deleting heroes in a couple of crits.
Yeah, and like you said, like when they have Will-O-Wisp and everything, Liquid's going to just constantly looking to make plays, and if Demon Slayers do not have Echo Slam, they can't make plays. So whenever Echo's gone, yeah, Liquid's just going to keep running at them, keeping those plays coming.
So there we have it. Yeah, McKay's got that Deso on the courier.
Okay, he was holding for a second, but
yeah, I mean this is where the game gets fun for the PA.
yeah.
As Demon Slayers, they've got to make sure that McKay doesn't get the chance to sort of sit back and look for that prime time to jump. Ideally, you want to find him or at least fight when he's not around.
Am I missing anything else with the Lotus Orb? I'm really trying to think, just reflecting the Omni Slash and stuff like that.
Yeah, but that, I mean,
there's some
even
cute
that in
things
itself.
that he can do, but like, I feel like the Blade Mail is the one that we always see versus, not just versus Jug, but versus the Magnus Jug. But yeah, I guess he wants to go for like removing the stickies and maybe go for some big play reflect.
I mean, it does always
Makes
feel
you pay.
nice for your PA, you know, when she's rushing the Desolator, right? You just pop the Lotus on, McKay allowing him to jump in without the threat of at least being held down by the lasso, but they've got so much else to stun them with.
Yeah.
We'll see what sort of plays he's able to pull off with it.
Yep.
But as it goes on, Annihilate finds a free pick off on Insane. It does, of course, have the Aghanims done, so we'll be able to find that chance to get in, getting the BKB as well. Just making sure that there's going to be nothing that stops him from getting into the center of the fight and getting his full combo off. And it's incredibly important for their damage output that he's able to make those sort of moves.
Oh, Cash. Cash money. He's staying up pretty far. He's still got the totem and no one else is near. All of Demon Slayers is in the area.
Hey, they sort of want Koifa to go for this. At the same time, Koifa has just picked up his BKB.
Yeah. They're looking to fight.
He's a hard kill. If they need to get the initial jump before the BKB, but he's already out. They do find the Fissure into the lasso. There's the knockback. McKay focusing down the Shaker. Have they changed turn? Koifa is in trouble, but he gets the BKB off, and now he's able to turn with a lifesteal. They didn't kill the spider in time, and now Koifa can turn and rip apart the bat.
What the?
Head to across the web, see if he can find more, but the rest of Demon Slayers will back out of there. They couldn't quite get him in time.
Dude, mechanical BKB spider going up cliffs looks really funny. But yeah, they couldn't actually get the full lockdown. They had the arrow follow-up, but Annihilate got controlled. He couldn't actually get on top of Koifa to get the follow-up because he's that damage they need. Like we said, the Earthshaker is the one who provides the damage right now for them, but Koifa gets BKB and Hunger off. He turns it.
They are going to buy back on the Shaker. Annihilate, he didn't use the Echo Slam, so he has got it available for this Roche fight, and Liquid know that. They're respecting that backing away a little bit. They did drop the walls down inside the pit, and Roshan is already under half HP.
Koifa's healing back up with that Hunger. They will be healthy, at least if they do want to re-engage. But yeah, they're giving some respect to those ultis.
Well, we'll see if anything can come of this for Demon Slayers, maybe if the Roche does get a little low. And I think there's always going to be the temptation for the snipe. At the same time, because of the way that last fight went, you're definitely feeling the need for Annihilate to get the BKB done before he goes and like that again. Because unless he finds a beautiful jump, something's going to trip him up. He's not going to get the full combos out. Mid lane Tiger tries to nuke out the wave to push it out. Jump in there from Annihilate will deal with him. In fact, Annihilate is trying to chase for more. Fish is still on cooldown, so Insania will be able to walk away. And pushing them away from the pit. They'll look towards it themselves, maybe, and a buyback from Tiger. Says the Liquid certainly want to try and contest this. They're going to go for this. They do have the Empowered Jug. They're not necessarily the quickest, but with the Healing Ward, it's a pretty safe roast themselves, unless a fight does come their way.
They see Boxy.
Boxy, he has got the Lotus Orb. We'll pop it a jump away. Hex comes out into play, and Chant Totem jump forward from Annihilate, tries to initiate onto Tiger. It's up to the high ground. Fissure and a drag back with the lasso. That's a dieback. Tiger's gone for 70 seconds. He brought back for that.
They did commit a lasso, though, to get that kill.
Still have the Echo.
Yeah.
And that one, I feel, is the one that Liquid are really scared of at the moment.
Definitely. Yeah, they back themselves up, go back out to their lanes, keep that area tapped out. The Roche, they still have 3 heroes in the area. And then he's going to go for the Blade Mail. So I guess he really wanted to just protect. It looked like mostly like the stickies and stuff, but yeah, maybe a big...
Yeah. It does always... I feel like it feels like a nice sign because, regen, good amount of armor, good stats around.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it is overall pretty valuable.
But sort of just, just housekeeping, bit of regen, bit of physical damage resistance, always nice.
See that Mickey goes for the lifesteal in this game. Just it looks like for the man fight, just be able to turn and just fight no matter what. Cleave had some merits here if you wanted to just get that farm, but he looks like he's feeling confident just being able to just stand toe-to-toe.
Yeah, I feel like most of the time lifesteal is just super appealing to have.
Yeah.
Knowing that you don't have to expend an item slot for a mask.
It's like 25%. If it was like a 30, I feel like maybe more people would be like opted to take it. But because it's only 25, it's like...
Here we go.
They actually
Able
get
to start
Insania.
things off. They can move into the pit and try for more. Insania will buy back. Annihilate still into the cover of the Moonlight Shadows, able to get the jump forward. He's straight on top of the axe. The chain stone's there from the Fisher. Omni Slash is out. Boxy is in trouble. He's trying to run away. The Omni Slash won't quite kill him off. Knockback will be there into the Hex. They've controlled it by Annihilate. He's jumped in and now the Will-O-Wisp out. They get down. He gets the Echo out though. Costa Pele still alive with the Blade Fury moving in. Another jump forward to the Enchant Totem. He's caught Insania. The Shackles hold him back. But now the Lasso. Mickey's in trouble. Fish is out on 2.
Totem.
Jump forward from Annihilate. And Mickey's able to jump to the side. Insania was able to blast him back. Mickey turns with the dagger. One hit will do it. Can
No
they
way.
find it? No, Mickey still alive. Finally falls. They'll get the kill. Now can turn towards Tiger. Annihilate survives. He's ready to go back in. Jumps in over onto Insania. Insania surrounded. Slam down. Fishes out. Triple kill for Old White. It's quite
Oh my God.
He's trying to see if he can find the cleanup. He's on the chase down. Slow there with the diffusal blade. He's got an Annihilate. Oh, has he another jump? He does. He's under the tower. He will get the kill. Koifa's able to get a good bit of cleanup. But Liquid losing a lot there. As Annihilate did get that opportunity to just go ham in that fight, jumping after kill after kill. Koifa's trying to chase.
He's alone. He's got no BKB
This
for 10.
is very aggressive for Koifa.
But he takes out Flea. He's still very strong with this hunger.
He does have the BKB up again in a second.
All right, he's fine. He's chasing him out.
Is there any escape? He's got no TP available.
Uh-oh, and Boxy's here.
He's Costabila's in a lot of trouble. The buyback will come out from Flea. I don't know if you're saving this jug. Or maybe with Old White on the front and the Firefly, that will push them away. They don't want to put the BKB and commit for that. Jug will live.
Force a buyback from Flea. Koifa holding his ground, feeling his strength. He's taking the attacks, but he's going just straight for his own build. He's not worried about his own spiders. Uses them to tank the arrow there. There's some crazy sequences that happened there. That was
We'll see whether
pretty fun.
this fight could still go on. They don't have the
DD.
Shaker though. That is their big part. Liquid with that will be able to find Roche without any further contest from Demon Slayers. Mickey with the double damage. He's looking for blood.
I think that last fight showed just a display of how important the Shaker is. Like we talked about it so much at the game there. He's able to set up for like a triple kill because
He's
gets off,
their
like,
driving force.
6 to 7 enchant totems. Yeah, he's the driving force for sure for the team. As the panel mentioned as well, it's really important for him.
It really was sort of, in terms of picks available, it was that one pick that was left in that would have been able to do what he's doing.
Yeah.
These sort of other AoE stuns, strong mids, like the Tiny and the Kunkka, they were the ones that Liquid did favor banning out over the Shaker.
Absolutely. As they will now get that BKB for the PA, so a lot safer for Mika, at least versus all that control and damage that's coming out. Insania's gotten picked a couple times in this game. The positioning's been pretty tough for him to get off with good Will-O-Wisp, but he's still gotten a few of them. As Demon Slayers, they're looking to catch Mika. He's far.
He is far.
And his BKB is on
It's
the courier.
on the courier. And there's nothing to jump to. There's no way to get out of here.
Oh.
Arrow will miss. It doesn't matter. Mickey is dead. Pushing his luck a bit, as you say that the BKB was done and on its way, but he was far out over Demon Slayer's half of the map alone.
Yeah, I mean, it was 5 heroes that rotated to kill him, but yeah, he's very deep. Very, very deep down there. As they're going to transition into a tower. 30 seconds. They're all set up behind. We'll get slowed down here by Insania. And they will, I believe they see the courier flying over too. Yep.
Well, they're going to see that coming on the way back.
Koikfa just watched the courier go by. I actually thought he was going to snipe it with his spiders. But
That's with the Ags. He could have gone with the webs, but he's going to let it be. Delivery will be successful for Demon Slayers. So now I'll head back with it. Maybe see if they can sweep across and find Koikfa in the jungle. Even if they do, though, not an easy kill, of course, unless Annihilate gets that initial chain stun. They need Annihilate to land his combo along with a good arrow from Fleet. Otherwise, Quakefair is always going to get the chance to pop BKB in turn with the lifesteal.
Yeah.
We'll see this fight again, this one earlier around the pit, where this was sort of what this game had been building up to in terms of what the Shaker could offer.
Yeah, absolutely. And they get this great chase down, and yeah, he just keeps going forward and forward and forward. And I believe they actually got a couple knockback plays that like disrupted and messed with some of his enchant totems.
Yeah,
by
you see the one here where he's just about to kill Mickey, Insania gets him sort of mid-jump.
Mid-jump, right?
And it has that sort of changing thing. Yeah, it knocks him away from the stun, right?
He doesn't get the stun prop.
He doesn't get the aftershock prop because of that knockback. So, Mickey does still die, but he lives a little longer.
Yep.
So those little things that could end up turning the fight next time.
Yep.
They get away with it.
As we see in our picture-in-picture, poor Flea.
Yeah, it was just Flea left alone, pushed on a little too far.
Yeah. But we saw that they can do work with their heroes, but also can't forget that it's not just a PA. It's not, you know, not just these heroes, not just the Earthshaker. There's also a Broodmother who is extremely powerful in this game.
I mean, that is sort of the big problem. You know, you can have those flashy team fights, but then what are you doing off the back of it? Are you really taking tier 2s, tier 3s, threatening high ground in that small little window? Maybe, but it's not easy to do. That's the difficult part. Not necessarily winning a fight, but winning anything after that fight. That's Liquid for the most part, keeping good control of the map. Mickey does walk in. Will get the chance to BKB. Iron Highlight still popping the Echo despite the BKB already being used by Mickey. Now Mickey can just chase him down. I don't think Iron Highlight gets out of this one. I'm actually, sorry, he's got an Axe. He should be able to continue to jump away. A little too hard for the PA to stay on top. So he'll live, but it's the slam down for 90.
Yeah, they can push now. There's no slam. There's no lasso. They can easily go for pressure.
I mean, they know it. You know, with the slam, they've seen it being used. Yeah. Liquid are not leaving this base anytime soon. They'll at least take a tier 3.
They might set some back
as well.
Because Costa Belay is doing some split push at the moment here, but looks like he is going to set up to find a TP spot. No, he's going to go back to look to push.
There we go, the buyback comes into play. Tiger with the reach, sets up with a Hex. The two-man core, Quaifa's moving in, still away. RP's down, do they have to follow damage though? The Will-O-Wisp on the back line, stopping them from following it up. Mickey jumps in, another dagger out. Juan taken out of the game, does have buyback on the Magnus, will use it. No RP to offer though, Boxy's the focus, has the Lotus Orb upon him. Annihilate looking for the lineup with the Fisher, still 50 seconds without the Echo Slam.
That Will-O-Wisp was excellently positioned. It actually forced Costa Belay to use the spin and turn to hit it instead of like running up and maybe getting an Omni Slash on top of that RP. There was maybe some miscoordination coming out from Demon Slayers too, but Insania definitely split up that fight there with that ult, and they get themselves a free set of Raxes and forcing buyback.
No, for sure. And
a courier.
And that is, I believe, the Skadi. That would have been the point booster for Costa Belay's Skadi.
Yeah.
So a bit of time without that. And he needs everything he can get. He has been chasing himself back into the game very nicely with the constant empowering.
Yeah, but still quite far behind for sure.
Yeah, and it's sort of the point where, you know, when you consider what with the AC coming out onto... How is he doing on the AC on Quaifa? Didn't quite get it. He must have it pretty soon. Yeah.
Almost the 25 as well.
Yeah, once that's there, even with the empower on the jug, it's, you know, it's not a guaranteed kill even if you RP this Broodmother.
Yeah.
He's going to be very tanky. 11k lead for Liquid. BKB done for Boxy as well, so can feel even more confident.
Is he okay? So I was like, is he cutting the wave? He is. Okay. So he was cutting the wave because he saw them all positioned down bottom, putting pressure onto that tier 2. Just strolls his way to the tier 3 area.
Oh. I like well, this build as well. So we're going for the force into blink. So is this sort of so you can go for these pushes and not be, you can blink out and sort of play in a way that they're not going to kill you every time that you do go for the creep cut. I guess also for the ult placement as well with the because he's going to have to blink very soon.
I mean, I like it for sure. It's all about positioning for these heroes. Insania tends to be like all about positioning for himself as a player, so it does definitely make sense. Force Staff always good versus Magnus, always good versus RPs. Blink just for his own positioning. So yeah, could see him stray away from the blink, but the Force Staff for sure does make sense.
Quaifa, level 20 for 500 gold, and AC will be done. Everything continue to go to plan for the Broodmother.
Yeah, having a spectacular game. 8-1-5. And that's pretty much going to be that AC finish like you were talking about. Annihilate's going to try to match that with his own, but he is... Yeah, he's going to take quite a long time if he ever does get it.
He's always got the level 20 right, with right talent. That is what the extra echo damage.
Yeah.
So, it can be nice if Quaifa isn't too careful with his spiders, but for the most part, I feel like someone as seasoned on the Brood as Quaifa, he's never really going to be pushing him with spiders by his teammates' side. Yeah. If that does happen, he's made a huge blunder.
Yeah, you go send them on the supports, or you send them at a different lane.
You don't move in with them.
Just send them elsewhere. Just not where you are. Yeah, they continue to get their farm up. They're probably feeling pretty comfortable here.
Smoke up from Liquid.
What item? Was it the blink on Insania?
Yeah, they got blink on Insania. Well, the BKB is out for Boxy. It's sort of the items that have come into play since the last team fight.
Yeah, they've got a good timing window here. They've got their lanes pushed in a good position as well. Bottom's going to naturally push out.
There's the full AC on Quaifa. Yeah, so everything sort of geared up for Liquid. They want to try and utilize it. Straight on in a fight is this timing where Roshan's also up.
Keep trapping them inside the base for the moment while you acquire these last few items, and yeah, then you go for that Rosh. Courier respawns, he gets himself his Eye of Scotty. They pick themselves up also a few items on the side of Demon Slayers, a Hyperstone as well as a Solar Crest on the Mirana, but yeah, Liquid just getting those items at a faster pace and together. Oh, the call, it actually matches him.
They do grab him outside of the base. They need to Annihilate live if they want to try and hold a defense. The Will-O-Wisp is out. Shackles as well as being locked down. They do manage to get the lasso out onto BK, wasting some of the BKB timing. He goes in, looks for the RP. He's got the two of them, Chuan. Still Annihilate being focused. BKB in a jump out, he will live. Costabile is committed with the Omni Slash, looks towards Tiger, Hex comes out, Costabile is deep, does get saved by the Invis for now. Fisher out, but Boxy down to the low ground, he's got the call onto the two of them, Annihilate's in trouble, the crit, the dunk down, Annihilate is dead without buyback, they do not have the Shaker, Costabile locked down as well again, Tiger with the shackles. Making it impossible for the Cause to play their game. It's Costabile, he has got buyback available, but as I say, Annihilate, he does not, dead for a minute.
Yeah, wait, Taiga survived during all that, huh? He got hit by the arrow with the fissure and everything, but he just ends up surviving at the last possible moment.
Oof. And a very tasty window for Liquid now, with no Shaker in the game. There's very little they have to be scared about at all, as Quaifa moves in with the Spiders to clean up a second set of racks. We'll see how much more they can get. Still a long, painful 30 seconds for Demon Slayers.
And they've got literally nothing else. This box commits forward, doesn't grab anybody though.
Not this time. All white, eyeing from the side. Lasso back up in a couple of seconds. We'll start to try and slow them down with a sticky napalm span.
I'm watching the positions of the
He's in, Mika gets the crit, they do get the lasso. In fact, they've got the damage, in they go with the skewer forward, they'll kill off the PA. Boxy gets the three-man coil. Can they get the kills though? Is BKB committed? He's looking towards Juan, turns back towards Costabile. Costabile running away, the dunk coming a little too early, so Costabile will manage to live. They push them out. They didn't get megaed, but they do only have that range creeps barrack standing between them and megas. But it does stand. Annihilate's back in the game and Liquid will back off. Old White desperately seeing if he can catch anyone on the back of this retreat, but it won't be the case. Liquid keep it safe and get everyone else out of there.
Yeah, Liquid's like whatever. We would have hoped to get Megas there, but oh well. No, they can back up, reset, pick up all the items they got from those multiple sets of Raxes and buildings, which is probably like a full item per person almost. Reset, yeah. Look to continue the pressure right after the PA spawns. Roche probably the safest for Liquid to go after this. See if Demon Slayers can actually catch something here. This would be pretty big for them here.
Would be the huge one.
They see him as well.
Doesn't have lasso for 12 seconds though.
They've got the Echo as well as the RP.
They've got to hope for an arrow here, I think.
Fisher arrow.
Jump forward with the force from Insane. It will break the combo. Will-O-Wisp is down. And that's going to break the combo long enough. He's going to get used up. Can they time it? They can't. BKB's going to be there. Lasso does come out. They have got the Omni Slash. It's a good amount of physical damage. Isn't enough though. Boxy comes in to tank some of the Omni Slash hits. Jump forward, but he gets stunned straight away.
Echo,
the combo's out. Echo, will it do it? BK's so low. He's got the kill. Double kill for Annihilate. They send him up into the air. Boxy, chain stun out. He's got the connection with that aftershock passive as Boxy's dead as well. Mickey brought back for this, but he's not going to want to try and fight. He's lost. No, sorry, not Mickey, Quaifa buying back. And he can't do anything with it. He cannot get in with Mickey and Boxy being dead. A huge gold swing back towards Demon Slayers. And we saw that in that fight, Mickey, he jumps in, he got instantly stunned. Yeah. As soon as he committed, there was a stun too early for him to deal with. We'll see it once more.
I love the way they held their abilities in the beginning. When they make the initial jump into fissure into an arrow, they're not hasty. They're like throwing all their spells or anything. You see on the sidelines, Shawan is like waiting for a good opportunity to get the RP. Annihilate.
Look at this commitment from Mickey. Instantly jumps in, gets stunned straight away.
Wait, what? Did something hit?
I'm not quite sure what hit him. Something did.
It wasn't an arrow.
I don't think it was part of the Annihilate combo or something.
Was it an arrow? An arrow in the middle of it?
I think it must have been a straight arrow in the middle of it. Because that really just ruined that whole initiation attempt from Mickey. And puts the fight to an end.
Yeah.
Demon Slayers, despite being far behind, still showing that they pack a punch, and now there's that risky point. Quaifa, he brought back. If he dies again, this is a max level Spider with a lot of money. He's going to be dead for a good amount of time. He's got to be careful for this window.
I love when I see teams do those type of moves. It's like, guys, we are 4 or 5 Raxes behind. what's our best way to actually win the game? And you kind of just have to be like, just not like random, I would say, but just make these very, very crazy type of plays. You run into the high ground, into the enemy's jungle, just to look for a play there. You have your Moonlight Shadow, so it's a little bit safer, but those are those type of like, I want to call them like almost reckless plays that can sometimes turn games around.
With a good amount of money, what was seeing like closing on his own AC.
Yeah. They still have the combo. They've got the Magnus plus that Juggernaut that can always just delete people very quickly.
And as we've seen as well, you know, against the BKBs, it's been a great answer. You know, having the lasso and the RP, you know, you can't write those off. That's a long duration to lock down the BKB target. And especially at this point where the BKB is getting low, you're pretty much holding them down for the whole duration with those two.
Yeah, and a few situations now too, I've seen Iron Island on the Earthshaker, because he has, you know, he's an Earthshaker, he has Enchant Totem, it has True Strike. He's actually been able to just smack back onto Mickey a few times, and I don't think Mickey like expected it entirely to take that much damage from that Shaker.
And you can see what he's doing now. You know, at this point, as the core Shaker, you get the AC, you go for that crit. Oh, okay, he's changed. He was queuing up the Daedalus.
I do
you wouldn't
not
have
like
liked
that. You
want to play safe.
Heart or Satanic, it actually adds more damage.
I mean, that's true. He's doing so much damage anyway, right? As we saw, as you said in that last fight, as long as he's able to get a few enchant totems out, I guess the crit would have been overkill.
Yeah, I mean,
but for a moment, he wanted it. Someone probably on his team was like, no.
I mean, it's fun, sure. You like one-shot somebody sometimes, but like, if you actually like do the math, like if you have a heart, you're hitting like 900 with your enchant totem or something, and it's more reliable, I guess you could say.
I mean, he's flicking through the items now, you know, for Satan, boots of travel.
Boost,
I mean, if you're the Shaker now at this point, because I think a lot of pressure really is on Iron Island, you know, to continue to make these plays.
I think items won't be what wins you the game right now.
No,
I think it's all
he's got all the tools at the moment.
Yeah, he's got the tools he needs, in my opinion, right now. Yeah. They can definitely, it's just all going to be about their movements and how they catch. And boom, you see.
I mean, yeah, you don't need a crit.
He's got Empower.
You don't need a crit.
Like, he's got Empower.
Yeah.
Maybe because Empower.
Oh, maybe actually.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Now I'm starting to like kind of double back on myself. But yeah, he's going to be dealing a big punch of damage. And now Liquid, they're starting to back up a little bit here, being on the defensive.
You've got to be. But there's still, at least a fair few minutes where Quakefor, he's not got the buyback.
Yeah, you have to be very careful.
You cannot afford to lose the Spider.
The fear of playing versus Magnus.
Yeah, these, as we said, these two hard-hitting, you know, BKB piercing stuns from the Magnus and from the Batrider. You know, Liquid have to respect that. They may have held the lead for the entirety of this game, and they're only a range tracks away from mega creeping Demon Slayers, but they still have to be careful.
That is the one thing, right? They only mega creep. They're only one racks away. They could actually just set up a trap
they can just walk in and drop the wards. Drop the wards right now.
They have a couple different options. They could look to just snipe out the racks, and then
they
have to play versus mega creeps on Demon Slayers. So we'll see as he's blurring into the base.
I mean, there's no one in the base at the moment.
He's blurring in.
This should be a free megas.
They've got the clip already on.
They clip quite early, but it's early enough to sort of force them away.
Now,
then buy time to get back.
Where's Taiga? Is he gonna do it? Taiga?
Look at this.
Look at the Shadow Shaman. He's entering the base again.
Yeah, but look at this, though. Oh, boy, he's nearly found Mickey. Mickey's going to jump away.
Look at Taiga. He's in the base.
He does what, but they've got they're eyeing it up.
Is he going to get it?
They're going to jump in. He's got the Eon Disc, but indeed, the Rax is full, and Taiga, his job, his mission was successful.
They had it all in their heads. They're like, all right, the mastermind plan. You go bait them, and then I come in afterwards. It works.
And it is that extra bit of a push. You know, it was just a range Rex, but the fact that the Megas are out, you know, suddenly those plays that we saw Demon Slayers, you know, start to get themselves back in the game with, you know, going into the jungle of Liquid, it's infinitely harder now they're up against Megas as well.
Absolutely. And now you have to worry about the same type of plays. The rat plays, sure, but like Serpent Wards. This Shadow Shaman could just go in your base with some creeps and you lose your buildings. Yeah. Your last few. So even though he doesn't have much farm on that Shadow Shaman, well, in the terms of Aghanims, he has all these defensive type of items, he still can definitely look to do that.
Well, the Aghanims on the Mirana, and obviously with the Empowered on the cores, they can deal with these big creeps.
The Blade Mail's out.
Boxy, he's doing a lot of damage in return with that Blade Mail. And Costabile is still able to Blade Fury and walk away. Has a good amount of stats with the S&Y and Skadi, so it doesn't hurt too much. In fact, the cut off there, jump forward, he's got the Echo, the Omni Deck is out. Mickey and Boxy caught out the two big cores of Liquid, dead for 80 seconds. And they're going to be forced to buy back.
Mickey was just holding his hand almost. He just did not expect the Fissure to come in from there. Just gets caught as well.
I mean, one of them's going to have to buy back. Surely, can the three of them hold against the 5-man push alone?
I do not believe so.
There's one. That's Boxy back in. We'll see if Demon Slayers want to try and push for the PA buyback, or they'll let that be.
The lanes are now starting to push, though. Look, they're starting to draw the lines. Look at those side lanes. I believe that's Koikfa who's drawing the lines, probably saying, try to catch something if they play too far up, because our lanes will push out. But Demon Slayers, they do back themselves up. We've got a game on our hands now, even though they're versus Megas. How many Mega creep comebacks did we see at TI?
But then at the same time, wasn't it the old Alliance that's lost a few times whilst having Mega creeps? It was one of theirs. This has been a bit of their kryptonite in the past.
I think they actually lost, I think, two.
I think they've lost a couple of games where they've got the Mega, so we'll see if that sort of curse still lies with them now that they're with Liquid. We'll see. But at the moment, you know, they have Mega Demon Slayers, but there absolutely is still that timeline where Liquid lose this game. They've megged them, but they're only 1K ahead. There's a lot of farm on Demon Slayer's cores, and as we've seen, I mean, not just the cores, but even sort of the units around it. This Magnus and Mirana, they're a huge threat. They get the opening lockdown. They have the Chainstone. They've got the damage now as well, of course, adding in with that Aghanims on Fleet. Alliance, they've got to be careful. This game could still go the way of Demon Slayers.
Yep, they just have to be very careful of how they step up. They now have a full refresher on Insania, though. So those team fights, he's got a lot of control coming in.
But I'd say I like the build from Costa Bile. You see what he does. He's got that Moon Shard, so he has that attack speed. So for the most part, he's going to be able to kill the Will-O-Wisp pretty nicely with the Blade Fury. Yeah, you're going to be chopping it away. Up top, Boxy, he's been found. They're able to just walk up freely, look for the play. Insania will drop down. Then we got Ball of Light, but there you have it. They'll try and focus down the Will-O-Wisp. They won't quite be able to kill it. Finally do. Chase forward is going to be there from Annihilate. He's in. Echoes out. They've managed to get us up with Mickey, but Mickey's got the BKB. Turns towards Annihilate. Another jump forward with the Enchant Tony. He's trying to get away. Yule Scepter cancels the shackle from Tiger. Annihilate goes for the Fisher, but he's getting burst down. This time they'll lose the Shaker, and now Koikfa's turning for more. BKB's popped. Omni Slash is out. The Omni Slash bounces over from the Spiders. It's good bounces onto Koikfa. Koikfa being focused. Tiger turns with the Hex Shackles onto Costa Bile. They've killed off the Jug. Old Boy goes for the TP away, but the call's there from Boxy. And this time Liquid will confidently kill off the three of them as they keep themselves all alive. The base is being taken down by the creeps. Buyback comes out for Costa Bile.
Yeah.
Annihilate can also buy back himself, and so can, in fact, the Batties. Buyback's just come available once more.
Didn't get themselves the greatest setups there coming into play, and also the double Will-O-Wisps. They actually got in a good position to kind of disrupt, and you see the Magnus, he wasn't ever in a position to actually get his RP off. He wasn't. He was just controlled. He was having a hard time getting into the fight through all of the little things that were coming out from Team Liquid, be it the Serpent Wards, be it the Will-O-Wisp, etc.
As we're seeing as well, even some of the earlier squishy heroes like Tiger, he seems to just live for so much of the fight. He's getting multiple shackles and the hexes out. Likewise, as we said with the BKBs at Liquid game, of course, the same to be said for that of the important course of Demon Slayers. Annihilate has a very small window to work with where he can commit in under the cover of the BKB. As soon as that ends, Tiger, he's straight on top of them. The Shaman's just destroying the Shaker's flow. Yeah,
the two supports on the side of Liquid. Like, as soon as those BKBs are gone, the fight becomes really difficult for them because they will get controlled. Costa Bile, can he pull out some magic? We see he's attacking really fast, but his damage actually doesn't feel like it's like that crazy, right? Like, no. With the Empower,
he can't do it alone.
As soon as the Empower wears off, as I think it did in the middle of that Omni Slash, I believe, his damage is not as high as you would think it would be for a jug that is this massive.
Oh.
These are all stats.
And he's outside of the base and is dead.
Oh, and it's a gem.
It was indeed, and that is Old White gone without the buyback. At the least in that sort of minute of play, we saw Annihilate. He himself did not need to use the buyback, so he'll have a second life. But this is 100 seconds where Liquid can continue to get away with whatever they want on the map. They're into the Roche pit. Yeah. They grab that and push in. They know that they're going to be pushing in against a team that can only hold with 4 of their heroes.
And that is Tiger now with a refresher.
Just drop him down and end the game. Tiger, that's going to be his motive here. Can they stop it, Demon Slayers? It's not going to be easy. Annihilate stocking up a lot of gold. Is there anything you feel he could just buy for this last-minute hold that could be that extra piece to the puzzle to allow Demon Slayers to crack them?
I guess he bought that. He does have buyback as well. Okay,
he does.
So
okay.
I was just going to say, spend your maximum to have for your buyback.
And with the Empower and a crit, how much of the HP are you doing of like Mickey? Is that half his health, would you say?
How much armor does he have?
It's not that much.
No, he doesn't have that much. Yeah, it's probably about half or maybe a little bit more with the Empower.
It's gonna hit hard.
It's definitely gonna hurt.
Just obviously have to get lucky and hope he gets the crit on that enchant hit.
Sure.
Now, Liquid still with a 30-second bit of time to play with, as now first wards are down. Mickey's in onto Annihilate, does manage to jump away. Costabile's got to be careful when this Blade Fury ends. Will manage to drop down the Will-O-Wisp. There's the refresher. Second set of wards are out. They put the fortification. Annihilate trying to jump away, but the Will-O-Wisp causing so many issues. Juan's in with the RP only onto Mickey, but Boxy's in, has the call. They're focusing now on the job. Costabile shackled up. The Fisher won't stop Tiger jumping with each other. Doesn't allow Costabile to get on the other side, but the base is focused, and Liquid, they've taken the objective. They've taken the win. And with that, do manage to secure themselves this series 2-0 against Demon Slayers.
Slight moment of scariness, right? Like, even though they got the megas and everything, they're probably looking back and being like, that got we're probably very confident in the game, but that got a little dicier than we probably wanted it to.
Definitely not as smooth of a road to victory. I feel that Liquid would have felt that they deserved, especially after the openings in both of those games. You know, you look at those players, and sure, Demon Slayers, you know, it's going to suck. They lost the games, both of them, but I think there's definitely something they can take away from this. Coming in as sort of a stack with these players that people may not have heard of, they certainly gave them a good showing. That was it was against a quite for Broodmother. A lot of mighty teams have fallen to that in a lot quicker of a time than the amount of minutes they managed to get out of Liquid in this game.
Yeah, and the thing I was happy to see was that they were still having a fighting spirit. When I see them losing 5 Raxes and still looking to make plays, I love seeing those type of things. So good for them, and also the way they did their they coordinated their spells. They did have a couple moments where there was some brilliance. So.
But overall, great news for Liquid, and definitely a bit of a sigh of relief after a tough series this morning. They'll come into the second series and get the 2-0 victory as this series comes to an end. And for now, we'll pass you back to the panel to have a breakdown as Liquid win the series 2-0 against Demon Slayers.
They do indeed. Thank you very much, ODPixel and Fogged. What a game. I think going into this second game, we were not expecting a very close game, let's put it that way, and this was fire. I loved it.
Yeah, it was. I forgot like how powerful and empowered Earthshaker can be when he's just jumping around, cleaving everyone to death. And they, as Fogg said, they kept making plays. They didn't just give up and farm in their base. They had megas. They smoked. They tried to take these fights. I mean, me and Lacoste said, like, we watched them play. They look very good. There's something missing. They got to end the game somehow.
I think they need to adjust their drafts a little bit because it feels like one piece of the puzzle is missing. But they understand how to play the map. They know they were 5 Raxes down, and they still out of the base. They're making aggressive moves. This is how you win a game.
What really impressed me about Demon Slayers is the way they play their team fights. Like, all things said, like, yeah, their drafts might not be perfect, but it was so fun to watch this game because of these team fights. Like left, right, and center, you see these big moves played by both teams, not only by them, but by Team Liquid as well. Like we had team fights that lasted for 2-3 minutes, and they were so back and forth with that Shaker bouncing around, making so many good plays. It was like really enjoyable to watch them, even though they lost 2 games.
Yeah, and it was good to see Annihilate. His old nickname on one of his teams was Mayor McBooty Slam, so picking that Earthshaker, I'm not even kidding, that was his name, and picking the Earthshaker, getting the Ags, it's nice to see.
I mean, you said earlier that their previous mid player, you saw him perform on the Earthshaker, and you hope that you know, that Annihilate could do about the same. I think he did. I think he did it.
Dude, he did. He only had like I was like, how many bad ults he could have? He had that first really bad one, and then the rest of them were really, really good. His fishers into the arrows, they just have really good teamwork.
And he was saving them as well. It's not like he jumps in and like uses that immediately one mad axe or something similar. No, he jumps in, he waits a little bit, he goes out of the fight, waits for the perfect moment, jumps back in, catches multiple heroes with it.
Yeah.
Someone who did also that, waiting for the perfect moment to jump in, was Boxy on his active. We've talked a lot about offlaners today, just in general already, and now we get a chance to talk to Boxy himself, as Thomas will play him in. Hey!
Oh, sir.
Hello.
Hello, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, you're gonna have a tough time hearing me, understanding me. So I'm gonna give you to Grant.
Give it to Grant.
Yo, what up? No, I'm just kidding. How you feeling? It was a tough one at the very. You got beat by NIP, but now you come 2-0 Demon Slayers. Are you happy with that, or?
Happy with the 2-0 or happy with getting...
we'll go with just the 2-0.
Yeah, I mean, we're very happy with the 2-0.
Yeah.
I think we managed to step up our game a little bit.
Yeah.
We got a little bit sad, of course, losing 2-0 to NIP, but gotta pick yourself together.
Yeah.
Wasn't the most flawless games, but they put up a good fight. And
you had a really rough start in the first series, right? Both of these games, they kind of threw you under the bus. You had a rough laning stage, is it?
The first series?
Yeah, versus NIP.
I think
as a Kunkka,
I think
right?
the second game, yeah. The very first game, I think I had a good
it's
first
actually,
10 minutes.
With
But
the Centaur, it was good.
Yeah, no, it was rough, for sure. Not so much more to...
Yeah, it came back strong. It came back strong in the second series,
Came back stronger in another game. Yeah.
Any questions?
Yeah, what was going on in your heads after you...
Sorry, what?
I need to get close. What was going on in your heads after you almost threw this second game of this series? They were making some really nice moves, even after 5-Rex is down.
I think we for sure could have played this a lot cleaner.
Yeah.
And going on in my head, well, it's kind of like, come on, boys, let's get it together. I think everyone is a little bit drained. I think losing to NIP and trying to reset and stuff, it takes a lot of energy and focus. And then when you, unfortunately, kind of feel like you've won the game, I think people relax a little bit more than we should have, and hopefully something that won't happen again. What's going on in my head is just trying to stay focused, trying to think. We can still lose this game.
Yeah, I saw you were being focused. How many times you canceled Earthshaker's perfect echo slam. He was right to go in, and then you come in with the perfect call.
They stepped it up a lot the last 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And we weren't respecting them, not on purpose, but just the way we were playing. Obviously, we were getting picked off here and there, and
you get surprised by the shaker as well, and the amount of damage, right?
I would say there were some unfortunate times when we were not synchronized, or our teamwork wasn't on point. But we had mega creep still, we had buybacks. I don't think we ever felt oh shit, this game is over, but for sure it was we gotta step it up.
What about the first match? Did you ever feel pressure? You won the laning stage quite convincingly, but after it there was some chain feed going on. Where's Viper and the Alchemist?
I think in the series against, you mean against Alchemist game?
Yeah.
I mean, I think for sure we misplayed a little bit. I know I ran up and died mid one time. I was all right, it shouldn't have happened. But at the same time, we have an AM.
Yeah.
We're waiting for Razor's BKB. I don't think that we need to have a lead in the early game and need to keep it.
And you had it.
I think their lineup is on the timer, so even though we die a little bit, it's not great. We're still in a very good position. Yeah. So I think about that game, nobody felt pressured at all.
Yeah, when you win 3 lanes, you don't feel super pressured.
Yeah. No, Mickey had 3 fun, so then we were winning.
All right, well, we have a drawing board right in front of you. And we're going to have a replay shown on that drawing board. Help us walk through it, please.
What's happening? I do not hear a word she was saying.
She wants you to go through what happened here in your mind.
We're
I'm the man, I'm
we want to fight.
Yeah.
I'm going to jump in, drag the shaker. Tom is all right, I'm going to shackle this dude. Mick is going in. I think this fight is looking pretty good.
Yeah, Shadow Shaman is all the way
We're
over
stacking
here,
up
outside.
People. What am I waiting for here? A big call or something?
I guess. You tell us.
Yeah.
RP.
I'm running in. Look, I tried to call him there. I was in the animation.
There's a big Omni slash here that you're eating togetger with your bros.
Yes, and then they went to the spiders, and we're oh shit, all the spiders are dead.
Tom
is screaming very loudly, I'm in trouble, help me.
Yeah, Tiger gets super low.
Oh, look, I'm gonna call
now
him.
you're gonna cancel
yes,
it. Yeah,
look,
there's
the shaker is dead.
Man, what a
the
beast.
2-man call.
Right there.
Can I?
There you go.
Very big play.
Yeah, but I think we're winning the game here.
And I believe the game's over.
Yep.
The jug dies. No, wait, we have not won the game here. This was way earlier.
You haven't won it yet,
I think we should have won the game here.
Right,
That's all I can say.
Thank you. Now, previous game, we always choose an MVP, or rather, Twitch chat chooses an MVP. Previous game, it was you.
Can you repeat that?
Yes.
You were the MVP of game number 1 from Twitch chat. Who do you think is Twitch chat voted game number 2 MVP?
This game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
Don't be
Twitch chat.
humble.
It's Twitch.
Don't be humble. You can choose
Twitch
yourself
chat?
as well.
I don't know, maybe Max and Brood. I think he played pretty well.
Yeah.
I don't know what they chose. I think
It might be Old White.
they might have picked like...
What did they choose?
They might have picked like Old White.
It
and
might be
Backlighter.
Old White, I think.
Yeah. They might have picked somebody position 5 that had a
I'm
lot
gonna
of
go
Fs
with
used to mess with them.
Insania.
You never know what's going on there.
You just don't know. All right,
So was it Old White? Do we know?
we're going to find out.
Boxy again?
Now, Boxy, what
There
a
you go.
player.
A
Two-time.
double MVP.
Wait,
Back to
three-time
back.
MVP. Yeah.
3 times MVP.
Three-time MVP.
That first time wasn't really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of rough. The other team having 0% votes. I feel like this is a little bit biased.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Maybe NA people haven't really woken up yet.
Don't worry, they chose you as
No, I think I'm the only one awake.
they chose you as an MVP in the first series as well. So don't worry,
Very
as that Kunka. So
Yeah.
you know.
They MVP'd my Kunka.
Yeah. But it was
Seriously?
like 70%. It was a pretty, it was a rough one.
Well, I feel a little bit less good about this MVPs now.
Wait, never mind.
All right. I'm going to let you go back to your team. Thank you
you.
so much.
Yeah.
And we are going to move forward. We're going to look at the groups and where they are at right now. And of course, Thomas will play you off.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thanks, Boxy.
And while Team Liquid was winning their series, Alliance won their series as well. Sorry, J-Storm won their series as well to Fly to Moon. They actually crushed Fly to Moon. They've been done for quite a while already.
Yeah.
That means J-Storm ends in a 1-1, just like Liquid. And we're going to have the final match of Group B on this stream right now. So if you want to watch NIP versus Demon Slayers, you're going to have to go to stream B for that, which is twitch.tv/DreamLeague_2. Killer Pigeon and Trent are going to take care of you over there. But of course, we are moving forward.
Whoa.
Which is what I was going to say. Graham, as a co-host,
Yes.
would you mind doing the honors?
I would love to.
Hit it.
Oh, God, I'm scared.
No.
There's someone coming out the door over there.
He's back!
Is he back?
Panda, he got out
Panda!
the cage.
Panda, you're supposed to be happy. We're back with DreamLeague. It's so fun. No? Oh.
No.
The sad Panda is doing his name justice once again. Don't trip and fall. Do not trip and fall.
There's one more step.
Oh.
All right, what do you want me to do? You want my signature? Probably not,
No,
huh?
no, get away. All right. So
Thank you.
jingly.
So I got a instruction. Oh,
Hello,
What is this?
mortals. It's your queen. I have missed you so much. You are truly my heroes.
I can't hear what she's saying.
Speaking of heroes, I have a challenge for you,
We are her heroes.
a competition. Listen carefully now. I will play you a song. During that song, the voice of 26 different heroes will appear. The challenge is to identify as many heroes possible and write them down. Whoever can identify the most heroes wins the game. They're coming in at a fast pace, so you have to write quickly. You only get one shot. Let me know when you are ready.
So we're getting one song, 26 voice lines in that song of heroes, and we are writing down the heroes?
Yeah.
Or you can draw them if you're really good.
If you're really fast, apparently,
Yeah.
because 26 is a lot. All right. Let's
Are we ready?
Are we ready?
Lacoste, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay,
Let's go.
let's go.
let's
All
go.
right. Let's go. And Twitch, you play along.
This is gonna burn! Are you sure about this?
My pen doesn't work. Are you serious? Oh,
You
okay.
gotta take the lid off.
No, there's wax.
You'll always be my chum.
From sea to shore.
Expertise!
From the expert, we fight. It's cleaver time.
Blessings upon a loyal warrior.
Well, well, it's been a while since I came this far south.
What is this?
Storm.
My eye spikes deep.
I am greatly moved.
Size means nothing when your blade carries no weight.
Isn't this exciting?
By the house upon us.
Oh, you fancy it now, do ya?
I'll go where the action is.
Reach for the sky.
I'll drink you dry.
Curious.
I love this part.
We want nothing of this war. Only return to peace and quiet.
What?
That's it.
That's it.
I don't have 26.
I gotta be honest. I didn't hear half of them.
All right, so we're gonna
Well
pass
done.
the cards.
Now pass your card to your neighbor
I didn't
and correct
number
each
them.
other.
I'm sorry.
There was
I'm not
freaking
sure.
wax on my pen. I couldn't get
Pass the
Here are
cards
your answers.
to us. Like you gotta just take the
just
card
one
to
to the
someone
left,
else.
right?
Yeah, give me another card.
Wait up. Okay, here's Lacoste.
Okay.
And then
What the hell?
you can have mine.
You know that there were 26?
Yes, I told you I didn't hear half of them.
Okay, I'm gonna read them out. All right.
Wait, who got mine? Sorry.
Okay. Mars is first. Then it's Bat.
All right, got the bat.
Timber.
I'm not ready for what I have.
Dark Willow. Meepo. Kunkka.
You'll always be my chum.
From sea to
Naga.
shore.
Expert taste.
From the expert.
What? Ogre.
Fight.
Enigma.
It's cleaver time.
Pudge.
Blessings upon a loyal warrior.
Luna.
Well.
Tusk.
It's been a while since I came this far south.
Ursa.
That's who it is. It's a bear waking up.
Io.
Didn't even hear that.
I didn't.
My eye spikes deep.
Crystal Maiden.
I am greatly moved.
Shaker.
Size means nothing when your blade carries
Juggernaut. Lone Druid.
This exciting.
By the house upon us.
Abaddon.
Oh, you fancy it now, do ya?
Bristle.
I'll go where the action is.
Reach for the
Monkey
sky.
King.
I'll drink
Zeus.
you dry.
Brood.
Curious.
Rubik.
I love this part.
We want nothing of this war.
And the Phantom
Only
Phantom
return
Lancer.
to peace
Phantom
and
Lancer.
quiet.
So,
Wait, was the last
Lacoste,
one
you
Void
had-
Spirit or not? Because I put that and so did someone else. So.
I did Void Spirit as well, but it was Phantom Lancer.
Okay. Oh, let me see.
So, Lacoste, you have right
36 points. Unbelievable.
6. Six. So
That's
this
6 out
is
of
6
13.
because you had a total of like 11 heroes written down. You got
Nice.
6 correct.
I was just lucky guessing.
Is this you, Sheever?
That's me.
You have 13 correct.
Oh, nice.
Someone's
Do you
good.
want me?
I don't know who this is.
Grant has, that's me, and Grant has like 1,
More than
2,
6.
3, 4, 5, 6.
There has to be
My
7.
boy
There's
Grant.
7.
You have the Underlord as well.
There's 7. I had Underlord. Yes, I beat Lacoste.
There was no Underlord, I'm kidding.
It's cool. I still
How
beat
many
him.
did Lizard have?
15.
Wow.
What? Oh, all right, Lizard wins.
Thank you.
You're gonna get a medal,
Got the medal.
the golden one.
Mom, I made it.
You know, you could help the panda out a little bit. He doesn't have opposable thumbs right now.
Please
Help
continue.
him.
Like, there you go. Thank you.
Woo!
Thank you.
All right, the bronze one is for Grant.
Thank you.
My boy
Thank
Grant,
you.
7
Third
points
place. Let's
out of
go.
26.
And I got the silver one. But please.
You were kind of mean to the panda.
No, I wasn't. I just wanted to smile. No? But aren't you happy that you're back? Tiny bit? I guess that's a no.
Bye.
Bye.
Get out of here, panda.
I hope we see you again soon. No?
Psych?
Okay.
Pure gold, right here, boys.
All right, we are not done for the day yet, though. There's going to be one more series. It's going to come up after the break, so get ready for some... We got Alliance, and we got Fly the Moon after the break.